Hi everybody and welcome back to Allison Bakes Your Day. This week I am baking my friend Lena's day. When I asked for her favorite flavors, she said she gravitates towards salty things. And I said salty like salted caramel or salty like savory, and she said yes. So we're going savory. I talked to her husband and got some extra favorite flavors on the side so that this will be a total surprise of a lot of her favorite things. Oh, hang on. Almost forgot one of the ingredients. One of the best ingredients. I'm going to be making some pancetta and artichoke Cornish pasties. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What the heck is that? It's an English staple. It's an old, very old recipe. It's a hand pie, so it's just like a little English calzone, essentially. It's gonna be very flaky, lots of butter. We've got frozen butter for shredding. We've got cubed butter for short crusting. We're gonna use a ton of flour. I've got artichokes, I've got leeks, I've got onion, I've got garlic. We've got egg yolks for brushing. We've got pancetta. We've got cold chilled cheese. It's gonna be amazing. Let's do it. So I have had this butter in the freezer for the past 20 minutes or so to get really nice and hard because we are going to grate it with our grating attachment on our food processor. You can grate it by hand if all you have is a regular cheese grater and not like this. Not like this. Not a food processor. It's harder to keep the butter cold that way and it takes a lot longer obviously. So we are gonna start by grating this cold butter. Well, that's fun. Unstick. Now we have to divide this grated butter in half. There is a ton of butter, like a buttload of butter in this. Butter load. We've got 180 grams of butter that has been cubed and I've had it chilling. Plus we also have the butter we just grated that's chilling in the freezer to keep it nice and hard and chilled. We've got 900 grams of flour, tablespoon of salt. Whisk the salt through in here. This is the most flour I've ever used in a recipe. I've capped out like 500 grams, so 900 grams is insanity. We are making a very flaky, rustic pastry, sturdy enough to house some filling for these pies. We're creating a little home. We're homemakers. We're just making little houses for some pie filling. It's gonna be great. Put all this cold butter in here. Rub it through with your fingers. So you want to pick it up and pinch. Briefly do it because you don't want to warm it too much with your hands. It's the pinch method. Normally, if I'm making a short crust like this, I would use the food processor. But getting our hands dirty this time. We're just digging on in because lots of flour. Don't have a big enough food processor. We snort about it. Piggy. Ooh. Fitting since we're using pancetta. This feels kind of like a stress ball, like if you were having a bad day, maybe you should just make some short crust pastry. Just squeeze that butter a little bit. Just makes you feel accomplished. That smushy feeling is soothing, for me at least. Just a little rub, just a little butter rub. You like a little butter rub? We're just gonna keep rubbing this butter in until it resembles breadcrumbs. Oh, it's a workout for your hands. Just getting my hands so buff. So swole. Swole fingers. Right now what I'm doing, since we look like we're about there, is I'm actually getting larger handfuls but sprinkling them so I'm still not touching anything too much. No touchy. Not too much touchy. Find the larger pieces of butter and get them smooshed in. Search and destroy. Find the large pieces. Destroy them. Make them small. Oh, fling them outside the bowl like I do. Just have breadcrumbies. No more large pieces. Ooh, I think we did it. Yay. Got some cold water chilling in the freezer to get it really nice and ice cold. I'm gonna pour a little bit in here to start. I don't have a palette knife, so I'm gonna use this butter knife to bring it together. I only put some of the water in because I didn't want it to be too wet. You can always add more, but you can't subtract. That is your baking math lesson for today. We are gonna need all this water. Okay, this might need a little bit more cold water. Just gonna add a splash at a time here. I'm actually gonna tip this out onto my surface here so that I can start bringing it together out here. because this will help me determine if I need to add more water, which I think that I do. Little splashes at a time. Starting to come together. Woo! This dough's very antisocial, really doesn't want to come together. This dough is an introvert. Getting a workout in. I don't want to overwork this, but I gotta bring it together. This is sort of cohesive. I'm gonna try to work with this. Wow, definitely getting my workout in. This is quite a lot of dough to work with. I'm going to roll this out into a rectangle. Who needs the gym when you bake bread? Whew. Go on without me. I don't think I can make it. I'm gonna need you to do what I want you to do, not what you want. Stop trying to be an independent pastry. Kids, am I right? You're not my real mom. Whoa. I feel like it's more of a parallelogram. Didn't know there was gonna be geometry jokes, did ya? Nerds. We're about to add butter. Lots of butter. Make sure that the short end is facing us. So we're just gonna flip this around. So now we're gonna do sort of, enveloping like we would with our croissants. So we're gonna laminate the dough. Sprinkle this grated butter over the top 2/3 here. So much butter. So much butter. Come on, grated butter. Be great. Now we are going to fold up this here. And then we're going to fold this up here. Turn it this way. Roll this out back into another rectangle, creating layers of dough and butter. We're going to do another layer of lamination here. Oh, I can see all that butter in there. Hello, butter. Peekaboo. We are going to do the same thing that we did with our other butter. With this butter. Oh, I'm just melting with my hands. Ugh. It's okay, we're gonna chill the dough. We're gonna chill everything. Everything's gonna chill. And we're just gonna chill out. Chill out, Allison. Chill out, butter. Chill out, dough. Everything's fine. Same as before, we're gonna make a little envelope. We're going to mail a love letter to dough. We're gonna say, "Dear dough, we love you. Signed, Allison Bakes Your Day." This better be flaky AF. We are going to make one last envelope. Make sure all that butter is encased inside of there. Now that we've made this last fold, we are going to stop. Don't cling to each other. I know that you like it. Cling around so needy. Now we shall place this in the fridge to chill while we make our filling. The flavors that I got from Sean, Lena's husband, were anything ham or bacon and artichokes, lots of cheese, anything cheesy. So that's where the inspiration came from today. So we're gonna add all this pancetta in here. Woo, listen to that sizzle. Sizzle, sizzle. Let this fat render off of these and get them nice and crispy. Now I'm going to be cooking my ingredients before putting them inside of the pastry because I'm trying to get rid of as much moisture as possible. Got a can of artichokes that were just in a saltwater brine. Put them in here with a paper towel to just drain off of the excess liquid from being inside of that brine in the can. Fresh leeks, red onion, garlic, fresh thyme. Our pancetta been cooking. It's got nice and crispy. I'm going to remove it with a sausage spoon and then drain it on some paper towel here. We're going to leave the fat that's rendered in the pan to cook our other ingredients in. Delish. Got our pancetta off to the side now, and we are going to add in our leeks and our onions. We're going to let this cook for about 3 to 5 minutes just to soften them slightly. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper, about a half a teaspoon. Now that these have softened slightly, add in our garlic. Cook this for another minute. I have my filling in here. Got the pancetta, the onions, the leeks, the garlic, the artichokes. They're all up in this bowl. We are going to grate some cheese. I got a cheddar gruyere mix, and then I realized I needed more for the recipe, and they didn't have any extra. So I'm supplementing with just a little extra cheddar. Do some more grating. Toss that in here. Fresh thyme, heavy cream. Mix this all together. Put a little more salt in and a little more fresh cracked pepper. We are going to divide the dough here into 8 equal pieces. It is warm in here. Let's be smart. Definitely gonna have to chill these even more. I just stuck this in the freezer for a little bit because it was feeling very sticky. It still is, so just it's humid in here, so I'm going to definitely stick these in the freezer. I've got some egg yolk here. Brush the outside of this along the edges. I'm going to scoop some of our filling in to the center here. Compress it with your hand. Lift up the edges here. Create this crimping. There you go. I'm gonna do the rest of it. Woo! All right, so it's warm in my space. This dough's been very tricky to work with. I keep popping it back in the fridge to chill it in between stuff, but we've got 4 pasties. Now the recipe is supposed to make 8. I have the other 4 chilling in the fridge that I'm gonna just keep for me. Peter and I will enjoy them. I almost forgot a step. We are going to egg wash the top of these with our beaten egg yolk. This will get them nice and golden brown. To prevent them from bursting, we are going to cut some steam holes. These have been in the fridge chilling while that's been preheating, so we are going to pop them into the oven. Here we go. 30 to 35 minutes. Not burnt on the bottom, so that's good. They feel nice and sturdy. When I tap them, they sound done. They smell really amazing. Thank you so much for joining me for Allison Bakes Your Day. I hope I baked your day. Let's see if I baked Lena's day. We're about to find out. This is yummy.